Defence Minister Bill Blair is in the United Kingdom today. He is in London as part of discussions on the latest on Western military's aid for Ukraine. Well, our Dominic Velitis looking into this story for us. He joins us now. Dominic, what did Minister Bill Blair announce today?
Yeah, morning, Natalie. And you actually join us at Camp Lydd, which is on England's southeastern coast. And of course, the first stop on Bill Blair's first international visit since becoming Canada's defence minister, and also a temporary home for 180 members or so of the Canadian Armed Forces who are here training Ukrainian recruits as part of Operation Unify, Canada's training and capacity building mission in support of the armed forces of Ukraine. And Bill Blair used his visit here today, Natalie, to make something of an announcement regarding Canada's support for Ukraine in its war against Russia. Here he is. Take a listen.
Today I'm announcing that Canada will be contributing $33 million to a British-led air defence partnership in support of Ukraine. And this partnership will involve countries, in addition to the United Kingdom, that will include the United States, the Netherlands and Denmark. And the purpose of this coalition is to procure high-priority air defence equipment for the Ukraine, including hundreds of short and medium-range air defensive missiles, associated systems, to enable the Ukraine to protect itself from Russian aggression.
So as you heard there, Natalie, Canada now donating $33 million to support Ukrainian air defences. As I say, this is his first stop on his first international visit to the UK. Tomorrow he'll be in London to meet British officials, including his counterpart, Britain's Minister of Defence, Grant Shapps. On Tuesday, he's going off to Germany for a meeting of the so-called Ukraine Defence Contact Group, which will be the latest in a series of those arms pledging conferences that have been held by Ukraine's allies. And then before flying home, Natalie, Blair will visit members of the Royal Canadian Air Force, who are actually based all the way up there in Scotland and who have played a big part in shipping some 5,000 tons of military aid to Ukraine, which has been donated by Canada and allies. Natalie.
And as we know, he's also, though, taking the time, Dominic, to speak with some of the troops today. Minister Blair did that. What are they saying?
Yeah, that's quite right. And I think we've got some pictures we can show you now. There was quite an emotional moment here at Camp Lydd earlier, Natalie, when we watched as 4 busloads of newly trained Ukrainian recruits left this site for Ukraine, perhaps for the front line. It was certainly an emotional moment, especially for some of the Canadians who've spent the last 5 weeks training these guys. Here's what one of them had to say. Take a listen.
Yeah, it's absolutely humbling. You know, the soldier experience is a universal one, and despite the language barrier, you definitely form that level of camaraderie between them. But they're ready. They're eager and ready to go back to defend their homeland, and we're more proud than ever to see them go off and do that.
So certainly an emotional moment there, Natalie. That latest cohort of around 200 or so Ukrainian recruits are now on their way back to Ukraine, just a small proportion of the many thousands that the Canadian Armed Forces have helped to train over recent months. Natalie.
That's Dominic Velitis in Lydd along the southeast coast of England.